Okay, welcome to our second tutorial, special effect tutorial. This one we're going to look at how to do the teleport effect. And in my little video I did two different teleports. I did one where you're walking into into like an object and you're basically just disappearing off of the screen. And then the second teleport is when you kind of just fade out into nothing. Both of them require a tripod, of course, for this effect. And what you're going to do is you're going to set your tripod up. And if you look down here in my timeline, you're going to record, I'll solo this track, you're going to record your setting for a minute or whatever with nothing at all, no movement, nothing, and just, you're not in there at all, just so you have a blank canvas, because that's basically going to be used as your background. So you need that first, and what I ended up doing is I actually ended up taking a still shot using Vegas. You can do that. I took a still shot, so I clicked on here. To take a still shot, you go up into the preview monitor and that little disc icon. That will take a picture of the screen wherever the playhead is. So once I had that picture, I could put that picture in here, and then I could just make that as long as I needed. So you can do that. But if there's little things that are moving, you might want to have the real actual background in there, so because sometimes you can tell it's like just a picture. So you film a little bit ahead of time, but right before you're going to shoot, don't press stop, don't touch the camera, because that's really important. You don't want to move at all. And then you go ahead and shoot your scene, which is just basically, for this one, I just walked and I picked an object, and I decided ahead of time I would use that object to split the screen down in, which is a neat way to do the teleport if you're going to walk into something, because it kind of gives you a reference point, and then boom, you disappear, and then of course I can peek back out again. So how do you do that? It's just like that last one, the variation in the clone talk. You go into Event Pan Crop, and the key, as before, is Stretch to Fill Frame No. And also, I don't think I mentioned this before, but these have to be turned off. They're probably turned on. The size about center and the lock aspect ratio, you have to turn both of those off, so that way you can just pull this guy to the left. And I'll show you. I'm going to solo this track. And you see what I've done? By pulling this over to the left, when I walk and I get to that point and I walk there, I'm just going to disappear into the black screen. Now, we're not going to see the black screen, because instead, what's underneath the black screen? Underneath it, of course, is this shot. So that's just my standard shot with nothing there. So that's how it's going to look like. I'm just walking and disappearing into the pole by putting that underneath the track. Then the fade out, it's the same kind of effect. All I have to do is basically just stand there, but then as you fade that track down, the bottom track kicks in, and of course the bottom track shows nobody there. So then you can just fade in and out of your scenes. But once again, it requires the whole time having a tripod, not moving, and then shooting some action ahead of time. So that's basically a teleport effect. Ooh. So shoot a cool little video, get a little sound effect would be cool for the teleport, and that's all you have to do for this one. Just demonstrate you know how to do either one, or you want to do both, that's fine. I got another minute, so I'll just show you real quick to colorize. You don't have to do that for this video, but if you did want to colorize, one simple way to do it is you take your track and you duplicate it, copy and paste it, so you have two of them, you line them up, so you're basically on top of yourself, and then you go in to the special effects and you apply a black and white effect, and then you apply a chroma key effect. And if you remember, the chroma key will allow you, and if you forgot how to apply effect, you just hit that little guy plug-in chain, and it'll allow you to select multiple effects on top of each other. But the chroma key allows you to pick a color. In this case, I picked the yellow color of my shirt, and it will basically make that transparent. And then by doing that on the top track, by making the yellow transparent and making everything else black and white, all that turns black and white, the shirt becomes transparent, which allows us to see through it. And when you see through the shirt, what is there underneath it, the track below, is the same exact thing again, but this time the color's on. So that allows you to, the black and white covers everything else, but the shirt itself goes through. And I probably, for this example, I should have picked like a red, because that yellow is just a little too close to my skin color, and I think you can see a little bit of the color of my skin. But so you really want to pick a color that's unique and that's, you know, you're not wearing it and doesn't appear anywhere else in the video for it to work. And that's the colorize effect, a little bonus track. Okay, get to work, have some fun with it, and hopefully we'll have some cool little special effect videos.